Welcome back, friends. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a personal story about how I found passion in my career. Last week, I made a video on how to find your passion. And for those of you who are trying to figure this out, I think it's helpful to hear other people's stories on how they found passion in their work. And so this week I wanted to share a little bit about my own journey. I'm an accountant, and I feel really lucky to have found a career that, for me, I find interesting, engaging, and exciting. And when I look back on my life, I can find specific moments that showed me I was heading in the right direction in my career. And so for you, if you follow these signposts, they lead to living a passionate life. I need to explain that this is not easy. It takes time, and it's hard to listen and recognize when these moments happen in your life. For me, I've spent a lot of time in introspection and journaling on the question, what do I want to do with my life? So today I'm going to share with you a story from my own life. And this story happened when I was 17 years old. So we're going back a long time. And I have always been the type of person who likes big ideas. One of my favorite things is to just sit and ponder the big questions of life. I love that. When I was 17, I was in high school. And in history class, I was learning about capitalism and socialism. I was fascinated. These were big ideas about how to structure the economy. And I read as much as I could about these ideas. And they were so interesting, and both sides, they were completely opposite, but each one had compelling arguments. So this happened in 1997. And 1997 is important because the company Coca-Cola introduced a new soft drink called Surge. To provide you with a little bit of backstory, within Coca-Cola, they codenamed Surge the Mountain Dew Killer, because what they were trying to do is steal market share away from Mountain Dew. And to achieve this, they ran a massive marketing campaign. And this marketing campaign was targeted to people just like me, 17-year-old male high school students. And in these commercials, they had kids riding skateboards and drinking Surge and looking cool. And this marketing campaign worked. I loved this soft drink. This was my favorite drink. So one Saturday when I was 17, I wanted to get a can of Surge. And there was a 7-Eleven convenience store down the street from where I lived. And so I walked down the street to 7-Eleven and bought myself a can of Surge. And I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was sitting on the curb in front of 7-Eleven, drinking my can of Surge and enjoying myself while I sat pondering the differences between capitalism and socialism. So I'm running through all the typical arguments in my head. And then an idea hits me. And I look at this can of Surge and I realize that this can would not exist under socialism. This silly soda that I loved so much and was probably horrible for my health just wouldn't exist. That was the moment when I fell in love with business. And the realization I had was that I could see that the act of commerce and transactions between people had the potential and the power to create tremendous value in people's lives. What I understood was that there was a business out there that was able to make my life as a poor 17-year-old high school student just a little bit better. And in that moment, business became very real to me. because I could see the positive impact on my life. Looking back on this moment, I must have been a weird kid, because I don't think this is what most 17-year-olds do on their Saturdays. And I was only 17, so there was still a lot that I didn't know about economics. But that's not the point. The point was this was a moment in my life when I was excited and engaged about something. And it wasn't sports, it wasn't celebrities, it was business. Like I said earlier, these moments are hard to recognize when they happen. So I'm sitting here today remembering this moment from 20 years ago. And so if I had recognized this moment right when it happened, I should have been making these videos 20 years ago. But, I didn't even know what an accountant did when I was 17. So as my career has progressed, I've been able to remember these moments that show how accounting, for me, can be really meaningful work. This was just one moment, but I actually have a whole list of moments. And so my hope is for you is that you can sit and remember your moments. I think this process is fun, and so I wish you the best of luck in identifying the things that you are passionate about. Now I want to hear from you. If you have had a similar experience, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And if you liked this video, if you found it helpful, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. The best way to supercharge a business is through accounting and corporate finance, and I release a new video every week. So come back and check out next week's video.